We outside.
What matters is the content. Right?
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
in the studio. Come on, man. You know what we do. Yo, we got another episode coming to y'all, man. I'm K.
Chaz.
And we are Culture Content. Yo, we're bringing y'all another one with my guy, Omar. Yo, we got a band. No.
We ain't gonna do bands, but we definitely got a special guest for sure.
Yeah.
Because we ain't got the speaker to amplify it the way we want, so.
I mean, they can hear it with that microphone, bro. I'm telling you, that microphone hitting right now. Yeah.
Hold on. One time? You want to do it one time?
Yeah, why
one
not?
time, hold on, one time. Hold on.
They can hear the construction going on next door if they wanted to with this mic.
For real?
We gonna set it off
Hold
the right way.
Let me see. One time.
You already know. Thank you. Let's bring him in right. You know what I mean?
Now we're ready.
Now we're ready.
Yo,
get it
my
rolling.
guy. Yeah. Omar, bro, what's good with you, man?
Good, bro.
Good to see you, man. I'm loving the if you haven't realized, obviously, we in the studio.
We on the road again.
We in the stew, you know what I mean? And my guy right here is the owner, yo. Like, so we gonna show y'all the studio, show y'all construction, show y'all what he's been up to, man. He's a busybody for sure, like, and you know, it's just real impressive and it's real welcoming just to be here and to see the work that you done put in, man. Because we spoke about it, you know what I mean? But to actually feel it now is like, it's real right. You know what I mean? Like, it's legit.
We ain't know you was moving like that.
Yeah. I ain't know. He told me about it, but then it's like, oh, dang, this is lit. The graffiti is right. Like, the equipment is right. You know what I mean? The space. So, first and foremost, if you need some studio time in Pittsburgh, come holler at my man. Let's just get that off the rip. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, my guy, what's up, man? Talk to me. Tell us what you doing, man.
So what's up? I'm Omar.
Tell us what you do.
I'm Omar Good. I'm co-owner 1708 Studios with my brother, my blood brother, man. Love that guy. He'll be here shortly.
Okay.
But I'm also owner of Finish for Good Flooring, and we're turning that into a general contracting company.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what I do, man.
I mean, you do a lot more than that.
Don't be modest. Don't be modest. Like, you know what I mean?
You gave us the short version.
I give you the short version.
You know?
We'll dive into it. We'll dive into it for sure. We'll dive into the story.
Okay, so let's just start with the studio. How did the studio come about, bro? Like, what was the thought behind that, and what got that plan into action for you?
So, we've always been, my family, we've always been into music. You know, and me, myself, I was rapping. Started out rapping. I always rapped when I was a kid. Wrote stuff down. My mom threw away my notebooks and stuff like that.
Man,
you know what I mean? But I started actually, like, rapping, like, you know, taking it serious probably around, like, 18, 19.
Okay.
Just rapping, being in the studio, rapping, buying studio time, being in other studios, and then just having that entrepreneur mindset that, hey, I mean, if I could go to other studios and pay, why don't I have my own? I started out with an in-home studio over on the north side, Brighton Heights.
Typically with your closet and a laptop and all that small setup. We all been
little
there.
Something, little something like that. But this one, though, you know, I actually had a whole room. So this was a full-blown commercial studio. So we renting out studio time and everything to everybody. So I've been in those, but this one it was a home studio, but it was a little extra.
A level up. You know what I mean? From what we used
to. From there, we moved on down into the Diamond Building downtown. Had the studio down the Diamond Building. I want to say about 3 years, and then we got kicked out of the Diamond Building for being a nuisance to the building. You know,
they was just making good music.
Hey, that's how it be though.
Good music. You know what I mean? You know, they wanted to stop the train. You know.
Oh man.
Hey, but you can't stop it. So you know what I mean? Once
everybody got a hater, man.
Yeah.
If you ain't got a hater, you ain't doing something right. So
that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But once my brother and my family, we start getting more into real estate and things as such. We noticed that if you own it, you can't be kicked out of it. So
that's a fact.
This building here, where 1708 is at right now, is owned. You know what I mean? Right. So ain't no kicking us out over here. We own the back parking lot. We own this building.
Right.
So, you know, you won't be
Like,
kicking us out no more.
That's a fact.
We here to
And
stay.
then on some Nipsey joint, like I don't know if y'all know Nipsey's story, but like he would before he had the clothing store, he was selling his clothes on the street and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then what happened? The police kept coming. They kept
Three
flipping their
times.
table, flipping their table, taking their merch and all that. So the police officer told him like, "Yo, you want us to stop flipping your tables? Go buy a building, go buy a storefront. You know what I mean? So you don't got to worry with those." And what did he do? He went and bought a storefront, and you know, marathon, the rest is history.
Right, that's a fact.
Proof in the pudding, you know what I
Proof in the
mean?
pudding.
Yeah, buy the building, you know what I mean? So you don't got to worry about getting kicked out or tables flipped and all that. Like, once you own it,
Once you own it, it's yours. It's yours to do the construction in, the change, the outlook of it, and hey.
Another thing is too, we are so used to being consumers, right? So when you are a consumer, you don't have any type of ownership in it. So it's always best to just, you know, if you can't buy the whole building, you know, you buy a piece of the building and then you work your way up. But we bought it flat out. You bought it flat out. So that's what's popping. So we are in the studio. This is just one of your endeavors. And since you've been rapping, you say you was rapping from like a young age. Yeah. So what is something you would say to the youth about the music industry? Like, because a lot of them really, I don't think they understand it, you know, as a totality. So what can you say to them?
I mean, to the youth, I would say be yourself. You know what I mean? First and foremost, be yourself. You know, just because you see that this rapper or that rapper is blowing up, what people don't know about the industry is that there is a lot of different ways to make money in the music industry.
Word.
And I didn't know that. And that's one of the things that kind of like, you know, holded me from going back to rapping and things as such. But as I got older and matured, I started seeing like, oh, there's an avenue for this. There's an avenue for that. There's an avenue for this.
Niche for everything.
You don't got it. You don't got to be the gangster rapper. You don't got to be, you know what I mean, Gucci or Lil Baby. You could be yourself and have your own fan base and promote to your fan base and make it. So be yourself and stick to it. Don't give up.
That's a fact, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get busy. Gotta keep going, man.
We can't be another thing. We can't be one trick ponies though, right? Like just because you might not be able to rap, you can produce, you can make beats, you can make hooks. You know what I'm saying? You can do the branding, the marketing, everything in between. So, like that, I think that's perfect, and I like the way how you put that together because that's true. It's 100.
For sure, and I like the way you said that also because in the studio here, you know what I mean, we come together as a collective unit. You know, we got a media room where if you know you making beats or you getting ready for your session, you could be in the media room, and there's 3 recording rooms. So you know what I mean. And
3.
You see it 3.
Yeah, we didn't want to
Look,
be in the
three recording rooms in Pittsburgh. Right. Then we got 1708 LA and 1708 Atlanta, so we can't forget to shout those out. But
we're gonna get to those.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, if you look at a studio session, you see it all coming together. Somebody made the beat. Somebody made the microphone. We got LA vocal booths who built, you know what I mean, who shipped our booths in. So somebody made the booths. You see what somebody made the desk. You gotta open up your mind and look at everything that's in front of you and start seeing that there's an opportunity everywhere you look.
Yeah, man, find your niche, bro. Because there's a lot of people who look. Some of the biggest companies in the world are like niches, right? Let's think about Airbnb. Let's think about Lyft. Let's think about Uber,
Netflix.
right? Like Netflix.
You know what I mean? Like,
back to Lyft and Uber being the biggest probably cab service in America right now. Like now they own cabs, I'm pretty sure. But like, when they first started, they didn't own any cabs.
Nope.
You know what I mean? And then to still be the largest, like, why not? I'm gonna make you use your car. You know what I mean? To pay for my people. You know,
my service. You
my service to get around, and I'm gonna cut you a fee. Like, but I don't own not one cab. You know?
feel me? Like that's crazy though.
That's a niche, yo. You got to fit in. And then I realized like a lot of people in their careers nowadays have nothing to do or never did anything in their careers. You know what I mean? Like property management. Like I mean, we're gonna dive into that a little later, but you got into property management probably a lot later, and you were like, yeah, I'm going to just do it. Yeah. No history in property management, no nothing. You was like, yo, I'm going to put my foot out there, and I'm going to just work this hustle, you know what I mean, and make it happen. So, like, so tell us how you, I'm going to talk about your business. The studio is dope. But like, how did you go from the studio rapping and all that into your construction? What you do now, like to your
So to get from where I was at to where I was at to where I'm at now, basically the love of my family, man. You know, being out there and in the streets and being in Pittsburgh and being a known face and things like that, and just had my run-ins. With the law, whatever. Let's say it.
We
Just
all
had
did.
certain
We
run-ins
all
and run-ins with other individuals. You know what I mean? And I had to understand that there was a certain point in time where it was like, I had my daughter, I had my son, and to be honest, like no shade to nobody, but I just felt like, I was the best opportunity for them to win. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it real. I didn't have my dad, and that's part of the reason why I feel like that. I didn't have my dad, and I always felt like if I had my dad in my life, you know what I mean, my life would have turned out a lot better. But God works in mysterious ways.
We were
You know
just
what I
talking
mean?
about
About to
that.
say that, like,
God works in
episode.
mysterious ways, so maybe he wasn't meant to be there, but I know that I'm meant to be in my children's lives, and I knew that if I was continuing the route that I was, I couldn't be there as much hands-on, and no disrespect to the moms or nothing, because my son and my daughter's moms, they do great jobs also, but it's just more of a personal thing for me because I didn't have my dad, so I wanted to get out of the atmosphere every day of, not even just the streets, but just sometimes the studio life brings the street life, they kind of intertwine a little bit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And being that type of rapper, so there was a certain point in time in my life where I was just like, no, I'm going to separate myself from everything to make sure that I secure this.
Right, 100%.
Just like you say, secure the bag, I had to secure the family and, take that and
Secure the family. That should be the slogan, bro. Secure the family. But I wanted to bring up the fact where you spoke about like fathers not being in the home, man, and it's real because like especially black families, that we grow up in broken homes, you know what I mean, and we looking for that guidance and that wisdom, when when you get in your first fight or something like that, like, yo, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, you could talk to your mom, and like he said, all respect to the mothers, but like certain things you can't needs to be heard from a father. Right. You know what I mean? And not the mother, and that's just the real deal about that. So
correct.
Yeah. So go back, watch that, see that episode about mental wealth, mental illness, and tune in. It was a good one.
That's a fact. So it's funny. One of the things you said was about opportunities. Now we talk about his opportunities in every space and how other companies was able to, find their niche in the industries they was in. So I do see you have a lot of your hands in a lot of things. Talk about the dedication you have to make things happen. Like what goes through that thought process?
Well, again, it comes down to the family for me. That's where dedication comes from. You hear a lot of people say like, "Oh, don't do business with family. Don't do business with family." But there's so many family business out here. I mean, one thing that I always say is that the Lakers is a family business.
Every big business we see as a last name. Walmart.
The Walmart.
You
I
know
was
what
going to bring that up. Like, you know what I mean. So don't let people put stuff in your head. You know what I mean.
Other people's fears.
Don't let their fears.
Project on you.
Project on you. So, I mean, my dedication comes from just my family, you know what I mean? Being involved with the studio and things with my brother, and being involved with construction and things with my cousin and myself and doing my thing. And it all boils down to legacy for me.
So you about family business.
Family business. I would prefer family business because of legacy.
Yeah.
We're going to be a stamp in Pittsburgh and all around this world. The good last name will live long forever, for sure.
So Omar going to be good.
Right.
We good, man. We good.
100%, bro. So yeah, I mean, people always dibble dabble, go back and forth with that because it's hard, like you've been able to set yourself in a situation where like, your family's not an issue, but some people don't get to experience that because of, people trying to be leeches or just call it what it is.
Well,
It's like, so how do you determine like, at what point it's like you leeching too much or you just don't worry about it because that's your family, like.
Well, you definitely gonna go through that. So like that's not, it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's the same thing with family that you will have to do with other people. I mean, other people are leeches too. You know,
Yeah, not just
It's
family. Yeah, for real.
not just
Yeah.
family. You get some other people that's just they're just not they don't have the leadership abilities, but they have other abilities. You know what I mean? You know, they're a great team worker, but they're not great when they're working by themselves. You give them a task by themselves, they can't handle it. But if you give them a task with a couple people, they're all for it. So. You know, I just think that sometimes we gotta take away that, you know, that stereotype, putting our family in it, because it's just like working with other people. You work with like-minded people, and in your family, you'll have some like-minded people in your family, and then you won't have some people in the family won't be like-minded. But that don't mean that they, you know, can't be used or can be used in the part of the machine. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, I like that. I like how you spoke about how family, and you know, you just have to kind of learn people, and you know, not just family but friends, anybody you want to bring close to, you know, build your empire.
Well, you know, business is just basically learning people. If you know people, then you could do business.
It's a
It's
fact.
It's a psychology thing.
Yeah.
Psychology thing.
Real talk, though.
So, what is one of the most important things you learned in life? Like, what was your life like before learning it, and then, you know, what was it like afterwards? Like, did you go through anything to be like, all right, well,
I'll give something recent. You know, there's been so many points in life where, you know, you learn something and you reach another level. It's just like every what do they say? Every floor or every ceiling is a new floor.
Yeah.
So you learn something, but
you
just
break
to
that
keep
glass
it,
ceiling.
yeah, when you break that, this is another one. You got to reach that, and you got to go. You know what I mean? That ceiling becomes a floor, and then there's another one on top. So you keep leveling up. But recently, so I had some troublesome medical issues that, you know, just never seen coming, never thought would happen. They happen, and I'm thinking, like, because I've been out here, you know, in the world, in the streets, and doing whatever I'm doing at a young age, and you know what I mean, just having to grow up at a young age. There was certain stuff that was going on in the family where I had to do things when I was young, 10, 11, 12 years old. But I felt like I was getting older and stuff. You know what I mean? Then I was having some back issues. I was doing a lot of work with the union. And basically, long story short, my doctor just reiterated to me that you still a young man. You got 30, 40, 50 years to go. You could change your careers however much you want to. Don't pigeonhole yourself.
Reinvent yourself.
Yeah, don't pigeonhole yourself
on,
into doing one thing just because you got comfortable with that. You know what I mean? So you'll always get a nudge from God or something, you know, just to say, hey, it might be time to move along from that situation or that job or that relationship, whatever it is. You got to listen to those nudges when they come, and recently it came from a doctor telling me, like, look, you're not that old. Like, quit thinking like that. You're not old. He didn't even know my story, but it was just like, it hit me in a different way. He didn't know how he was said, how I took it, the way he was said, and I took it way different. So it was just like, yeah, you ain't that old, man. Change it up, reinvent yourself multiple times, and keep going.
Okay. So we still here with Omar. Good, the last name. You know what I'm saying? Making it work. He's doing this thing in Pittsburgh. So speaking of Pittsburgh and things of that nature, I see a lot of billboards here. A lot of people starting to get into, you know, marketing their, you know, whatever their business is on billboards and things of that nature. So if you had a billboard, let's say, you know, it'll be your quote of life or whatever the case may be, what will it say?
Don't stop, keep going.
Don't stop, won't stop.
Don't stop.
Don't stop, keep going. And I won't have all this on the billboard, but just to give you something to jog your brain about. Like, if you think of water that's flowing, that water is flowing. It's clear, it's good, it's moving to somewhere. But if you think of some water that's just stagnant, you know, that's where you got your diseases. That's where you got your mosquitoes, like all that swampy water.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Anything that stays still, usually disease comes to that. So, don't stop. Keep going, man. Keep going. If you stop what you're doing, you ain't doing nothing but bringing failure to yourself.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a drop right there.
Yeah.
That was a gem, bro. I like that.
That was dope.
I think about it all the time.
Now you think about it, like water definitely never stops. You're like, all right, yeah, you gotta like, it just be running down the street. It never stops. And the only time it stops is if it's clogged with some shrubs or some dirt or some extra stuff. And even then, you know what I mean? It's still flowing. So that was perfect.
God running river, man. You gotta roll with God.
Flow with it. So so we briefly touched on the construction that you do. I feel like we kind of like glanced over that.
Right.
What got you into the project management? General, you say you're a general contractor and you do project management and you do, well, generals could also include floors, but like, talk to us about, the project management stuff, like what you do and what that entails.
So I'll jump in. I got into construction again, just trying to separate myself from, from past activities and things and such. But it was a program called Intro to Trades. I heard about it. Mr. Ron Sapp runs the program. And so I got into that program. He helped me get into the union. And that's what got me into learning the trade. That, a trade is something that you can always provide for your family with. You know what I'm saying? So I learned the trade. I did my studying, did my background on that stuff, and I got into flooring. A lot of people don't know the Carpenters Union offers a flooring specialty trade. So you don't got to be hanging drywall or outside on scaffold. You could be inside all day doing floors. Why not? Why be outside when you could be inside? So
control temperature.
Control and everything. You know what I mean? But everything has its pros and cons. But I got into flooring within my first year of being in the Carpenters Union. I started my own residential company. Heard a lot of chit chat about, you go to the union, you can't start your own company, So when I had my interview with the Carpenters Union, my first question to them was, can I start my own company? And they said, yeah. As long as it's residential, you start to do commercial, then we want you to buy into us. We want you to be part of the union. So I said, cool. I got in, started my flooring company, learned that trade, and I got into project management, because of, again, just to go back to a little bit of the health problems, I had a herniated disc in my neck. I was pinching on my spinal cord. Now, whether that came from the trade or whether that came from me just being a wild guy, crashing cars and totaling cars and coming back with different cars, you know what I'm saying? Don't let me get into my cab, man. Crash a whip and come back with a new one, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to get into my cab, my Dipset days. But, who knows? Whatever. It was brought to my attention. I had some back issues. I wanted to go. It was crazy because I wanted to get into a PCP, but with all this COVID stuff, they weren't taking new patients and things and such. So it took me a minute to get into the doctors, but once I did finally got in, I noticed or found out that I had the herniated disc in the neck. I had surgery, and with the doctor, going back to what I said before, I remember the doctor telling me that I was young and I could still do things and continue in my education. It was just like, look, man, you don't need to be out there putting in the work no more. You've been doing all that. Physical labor is a tough thing. So start running work, and that's where project management came in to be.
Yeah, I dig that. So you had mentioned having a trade and starting your own business. We have another episode too from season 1 where we talked about school versus trade, right? Okay. Do you have a degree or like?
So I have an associate's in business management, and then I'm like 2 classes away from having my associates in estimating and construction management. Paid for through the union. That's another reason why you might want to do something like that.
All right.
But I ain't got to pay for nothing.
Have somebody else pay for it. That's
I ain't even working, and I'm paying my dues and letting them pay for my schooling. It's a good trade. Dues is only $20 a month.
That's fine.
So, but what I recommend? Would I recommend the trades over school?
I didn't ask the question, but yeah.
Yeah, right.
I thought you said that.
I was getting there. But yeah, if you had a chance to do it again, would you go back to school and finish school, or would you just go the trade route?
See how my mind came. I was assuming you was going to ask.
Yeah. You jumped. I saw you being too much.
But I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you, because everybody talks about the college experience. Oh, go to college, you get the college experience. But there's also the experience that you get in the trades too. You know what I mean? You working with different type of guys. You seeing what these guys do. In Pittsburgh, got a lot of country guys. They come in young with their pickup trucks and they chew and spit and you know what I mean? So you get it's rough, but you know what I mean? It's not what you think, but it is an experience in itself. Just like being on a campus is an experience in itself. So one thing I can say financially, I would say go the trade route. Because a lot of times you ain't paying for that. You got to pay for school unless you're getting a full scholarship.
Yeah,
There you go.
You know what I mean?
True.
Trade route will get you making some money and being able and could get your schooling paid for, like it's doing with me right now. And you know,
But you own your business. You'll
Yeah.
have more control over your future.
own the business, you
you-
have
you
more
know it's
control
right.
over it. Yeah,
And again, we're not saying that school isn't bad. That's just
not
his
saying,
choice.
not at
Right.
all.
He actually went to school. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
actually
mean?
went to school.
So
Yeah.
that's-
I actually went to school, and I plan on going back to school once I
Yeah.
finish this associate's degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to finish up and get my bachelor's in business. So yeah, I
Okay.
plan on going back to school.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So whatever your choice is, man, just go for it. Whatever it's, if you want to go the financially free way, or you want to get your degree, whatever works for you is the bottom line. Just do what works for you.
Definitely.
So we don't want to sway people to do either one. We just want to know what he preferred. So my guy, we know each other outside of this. We have a couple business ventures and stuff going, but
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie. One of the things that got us talking was like you had mentioned stocks in like one of our meetings one day, just like off rip. And I didn't even know you that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we had just met, and it's already like first conversation in talking about stocks. Like
That was the
so,
connection.
there was automatic connection. Like what got you into stocks? Because not everybody's on that type of time. Not everybody's
Right.
thinking long term stuff and investment. So yeah, let's just dive in. How you get into it?
So, just being curious on it. I've heard. I've watched Morgan Monday. You know what I mean? Gotta say
Yeah,
Morgan
Very
Monday.
legit.
But before that, just trying to figure out how the wealth stayed wealthy. I know the wealthy, the wealthy people stay wealthy. You know what I mean? How the rich stay wealthy, however you want to put it. But trying to figure out that, and the number one thing for me was seeing how much money I had in the savings account at one point in time, and see how much it grew versus putting it in the stock market and learning. Even if I get 2-3% more on my money, that's still more than what the bank will give me. By having it in a savings account. I mean,
0.005%.
yeah, you get nothing, Ben. You know what I mean? So it's just like there's no brownie points.
You made 20 cents over the last year. Thank you.
Yeah, there's
Like,
no brownie points in that. I mean, now you do have your risk. You know what I mean? Stocks have their
Of course.
risk, but if you do your due diligence, you research, you do your thing, and you can find stocks. Good. I'm pretty sure they want to. They call them blue chip. You can find good blue chip stocks where your money is pretty much safe, and it's definitely going to give you. It may not give you that 7, 8, 9, 10%, but it may give you 3, 4, 5, or 6, which is a lot more than what your savings account will give you. And I'll drop a gem.
Way
Check
more.
out Cisco. Check out Cisco. Cisco gives you a good dividend, and they're very steady. Everybody know what we've been going through lately. Cisco been pretty steady with their numbers. I think they went up or down maybe $11 or so, where you got people dropping or companies dropping 20%, 30%, 50%. So
those are trash companies that's dropping 50%.
definitely.
For the most part, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Companies that ain't making no profit, man.
Yeah. So what other stocks are you in? Cisco, to name one.
Cisco to name one. Definitely big on Apple. Definitely big on Microsoft, the tech stocks. But other than the tech stocks, let me see. Let me see if I can pull one out there. I got my kids. So look, that's another thing. Kids get money for birthdays and Christmas. My kids' money was sitting in the shoebox. I told them it's never going nowhere in the shoebox. Put it in the stock market. So we got my kids got Roblox. They got Sony, Nike.
Signing his kids up.
Yeah. My kids got Nike and then and Disney. But dang, I'm trying to think of the one other one.
Tell you what, Roblox right now is a good price to buy. It's definitely
Yeah.
like way down from its
Yeah.
all-time high. It's
Yeah.
like 50, 60 right now. Its all-time
Yeah.
high was at 141.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of room to make some more money if you buying a nice portion of
And I think
shares.
their target they were hanging around that $70 area. They jumped up to like that 114, but they're usually around that $70 area. So even back $50 right now, whatever it
You made
is,
$20 on it.
yeah, you can still make money on that. But Caterpillar. I'm mistaken. Yeah, Caterpillar.
Semiconductor, yeah.
Caterpillar with all the infrastructure plan with Biden and all the electrical stuff coming up and down the highways and stuff. Mm-hmm. You need machines to get this stuff taken care of, and Caterpillar is one of the stocks that I got in Plug Power. So.
Okay. So I was going to just ask. So you don't swing trade though, or do you?
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm learning.
But you usually.
You long term hurdle.
That's mostly dividends.
Long term, but with the trades, what I've learned from doing the trades, start with paper trading.
Yes.
Always start with paper trading. I do my paper trading on Webull.
Can you tell the people what's paper trading?
Yeah.
Paper trading is just so on my Webull account, and they give you $1 million, fake money. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's like Monopoly.
Right.
It's fake money, so it's just, you can reset your $1 million at whatever time, but you can, if you're really interested in it and you're really taking notes on it, you want to reset it so you can keep track of your trades, what you lose, what you gain, when you did this trade, how long you stayed in this trade, and things as such. Me personally, because I'm doing so much, I'm not a day trader. I do like a swing or sometimes a day trade. Towards earnings, and I like to do trades on things that I'm invested in. So like just recently, Nike had their earnings, and I did a swing trade on them with the paper trading. You know what I mean? So paper trading also lets you see how much money you got to put in to make. Because don't think you putting in $100 or $1,000 and making a lot of money. No, paper trading lets you know that you got to spend some money to make some money. So.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, what you just said was all gems, and we actually are we are putting the finishing touches on. It's definitely a stock class. So, it's just a lot of people not really. I don't think our generation or our people don't really think that you can make money in the stock market because it wasn't never taught to us. Right. It was never taught to us, or it's for other people to do. No, it's for you to do. You just do your due diligence, like you said. You do your research. You can make money. Look at all the stuff that we consume on a daily basis, from McDonald's, Walmart, Target, Home Depot. All those places have been in business for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 years. Right? You telling me they're not making money? So why can't you align your money with the people that's been making money? It's just simple things that we don't really think about. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you even spoke about the stocks because, we definitely heavy in that. And that's definitely something, I'm very interested in talk about you off camera as well. So,
man, just to touch on that too, I just think that when it comes to, our people, I just think that a lot of times we looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, and we think, you got to jump in here and get some money. No, it's really not like that. You got to learn, and everything is a process. Anything that come overnight ain't worth it anyway. So.
Right.
That's a fact. Buy the dip.
Yeah.
Buy the dip, but also do your due diligence. You feel me? A lot of people don't do their due diligence and think they're just going to make money. Another thing you could do if, you like not just with blue chip stocks, but, follow the indexes. You know what I mean? ETFs. Right. Yeah. So I mean, if you get a nice ETF that follow the S&P 500, you guarantee to make 10 to 12% a year. Right. And that's way more than what a bank paying you.
Definitely way more.
Bank paying you they ain't give you a copper penny. You know what I mean? They ain't give you no money. So you put your money, the line it, however much money you got, and you don't really need a lot of money to invest. People to think you need $10,000-$20,000, you don't need a lot of money. Your stuff is gonna build and it's gonna compound as you keep it going. So.
I told a good friend of mine, and we bought some PNC stock. I said, because PNC is big in Pittsburgh. So I said, take your money out of the PNC savings account and buy the PNC stock. Right. Mm-hmm. Get your dividends from that stock. Yep. And you also diversify your portfolio. That's it's financial sector. So
they take your money, make 10, 12, 15%, and give you. They don't even give you a percent. Like that's robbery. Robbery, but hey, that's how they do it. So you gotta line your money the same way with them.
Again, keeping your money in a bank account will just keep the bank rich and keep you broke. Correct. That's all that's for. Think about how does a bank make money, right? They take your money and then
invest it,
and then charge somebody else for your money because they don't got it, right? Right. It's a scam. It's a niche. It's a niche, yo. Like, come on, man, peep game. Like this been going on
hundreds of years, yo. Since the stock market started, yo.
Right. They've been get with it, man.
Raping people.
And let's be real. Warren Buffett ain't rich, a billionaire for no reason. Think about where his family. We said this too. Like his family is in the stock market.
Right.
They have over 100 years in the stock market. I mean, 100 years. Granted, if you start now, your kids can obviously reap the fruits of that labor. You know what I mean? When that time comes, but like, you got to start and thinking that, like you said, if it's an overnight scheme, it ain't gonna work. This is long term for the people who really want it though. So it ain't for everybody, but we dig it. So
word.
Nah, don't gas him. Don't gas me.
Nah, it was fire. I ain't gonna hold you.
Don't gas me. I really thought I was a rapper then, bro.
It was fire though.
It was alright.
We all go through those phases.
Yeah, I definitely had a notebook too.
Yeah, we all
definitely had a
through
notebook. Definitely no idea
We
where
all
it's
wanted to
at.
be a rapper or make a beat or something. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? I always wanted to make beats, bro, but I was never good at it. But I always was fascinated about the how you call it, the pads and all that. Like,
the
always,
machine.
All the programs, Pro Tools, Fruit
always
Loops,
fascinated with that. But I'm a video guy, so I mean,
you found your niche.
Yeah, I found my niche. You feel me? So like, so we talked about a lot of things today, bro. Yeah, we talked about your project management. We talked about the studio. We talked about the foreign general contracting. We even talked about the union for a little bit. Like, so overall, man, we appreciate you for real, dropping gems and just telling us, about your journey and and how everything came to fruition for you and whatnot. So, as much as like we want to keep it going, I mean, if you got something else, don't be shy.
Did that question get cut off or no?
Oh, you didn't finish answering your question.
We never even answered it.
All right, so go ahead. You can start it right now.
All right.
Yeah, all right, so we're going to rewind that. We're going to rewind back.
Well, I wasn't even sure because it did cut off, but we wasn't sure. But one of my things is, like you said, basically take what you said and put it all together.
Right.
We spoke about a whole bunch. How important is it as a black man in the world to be well versed?
Right. It's very important. And speaking from a black man's point of view, they don't expect you to win. So
say it again.
Yeah, they don't expect you to win. They don't expect you to know nothing. So you got to show them that in any arena that they vocab. That's a big thing to me, is learn the vocab of a plethora of different industries, so that you may not know where you're going to end up. But if you end up on a bus or at a restaurant or at the bar sitting next to somebody that's into advertisement, you know something to get his mind going and to get him talking. You never know. I mean, we talked about Nipsey at the beginning of the interview, and like the one guy, I think his name is Andrew, the guy that did all his tech stuff for his store. He met him at a Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He met him at a Starbucks, and he said in the interview, he said, "Like, I seen him doing something." And he said, I went to the bathroom like 3 times just to keep walking past him just to see if I could see what he was doing. But yeah, man, you gotta be well versed, because we're so far behind. Being well versed will give you an upper hand in that networking aspect of your journey. You know what I mean? So please be well versed. Please do your due diligence on different paths, different businesses, anything that you want to know about. Research it yourself. Right. And you never know where that research may help you at in the future.
Yeah, I always tell my students I work with, make sure you do your own research. Any fool can tell you X, Y, and Z, but when you do your own research, you could be able to have the information for yourself, and you could be able to teach it to others, and that's how we keep the community going. You know what I mean? So, excellent. Yeah,
that's a fact, bro. Yeah, we appreciate you, man.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, bro.
No doubt.
100%. This was a great episode, man.
Word.
So
I'm glad God blessed the 1708 Studios.
Sure. Like we running this all the way up, man. We're trying to get in tune with Pittsburgh, man. Letting them know we here, man. We trying to show Pittsburgh some love. So, last but not least, tell them where we can find you, man. Address, website, tags, whatever.
All of the above.
So, I got a couple things for websites under construction right now, but I'm usually on Facebook. You can look at all of our flooring stuff on Finish for Good LLC. We have a Facebook business page right now where the website is under construction. 1708 Studios is all over Instagram. You know, that's our playground for 1708 Studios. You got 1708 Studios LA, 1708 Studios Atlanta, 1708 Studios Pittsburgh, 1708 Empire. So type in 1708 Studios and you can follow all of our pages to see what's going on at the studios, book sessions, and more. Me personally, connect with me at Omar Good on Facebook. You know what I mean? Just I'm real cool. I am looking forward to, you know, deal with people, and whether it's construction or in the studio. So if you got any questions, any concerns, anything you want to talk about or ask about, I mean, feel free to reach out to me on the Finish for Good LLC page on Facebook or my personal page on Facebook at Omar Good.
So what it sounds like to me is you do consulting too, which is another layer.
It's another layer. It's another stream of income.
If it's another stream of
income. For sure.
Yo, so before we get up out of here, you gonna put on a beat for us? You gonna make a beat, or you gonna get in a booth?
Nah,
bring out a assignment real quick? Like, what's up, yo?
I ain't doing that. If you want to know what I used to talk about, go on that pitfall. Just search me on Google. But my videos are still up, man. I might have changed a little bit, but I ain't taking nothing down. It's part of my history, man.
That's what's up.
I ain't taking nothing down. Go check it out.
That's you.
That's me.
That's
you.
Me. Yeah, so, you know, we're going to wrap this up, but in the meantime, we're going to try to get older, throwing a beat or something like that. I don't know. I may jump in the booth.
I guess. we got to turn the cameras off.
Living the life, yeah. No recording on this one, you know what I mean? This may be some hidden footage, you know what I mean? Like, drop some bloopers.
Maybe drop it someday.
Yeah, a couple months from now type of thing. But like, yo,
definitely been a pleasure, yo.
I'm wrapping this up. Yo, you already know I'm K.
I'm Chaz.
And we your culture content, and with our special guest, Omar Good. You heard?
Yeah,
Omar Good. You know, because we all good, baby. So, yeah, man, appreciate you, bro. And yeah, we got another one in the bag, baby. Make sure you check my guy out, man, because we out of here. Wrap it up.
This is the first floor of the 3-bedroom building that just was purchased. I'm project managing it, GCS Georgia, and my brother got this building. So this is going to be a hair salon. We're my subs in, getting in the flooring today. So definitely still some work to do. But we wanted to get the floor in so that we could get the baseboard in and get the baseboard painted whenever we paint the walls. That way our painter, you know, doesn't do the walls and then have to come back for the baseboard. So just changing up the process a little bit because we're not doing the painting ourselves this time. We're subbing it in. But yeah, we got click lock, vinyl floor, 100% waterproof.
Did you do these floors too? You ain't do the floors, and they
yeah.
You did the
I subbed them in, but this is what I did. I just stopped doing them all for right now, just because of the injury and stuff. This is what I started doing. Okay. This is where the sinks are going to be at. Got the plumbing, got this wall open for the plumbing. Back here is a little messy, but come on, y'all. It's a little messy because it's under construction, but this is going to be an office room, bathroom is going to get updated, and now flooring to be coming throughout. We just got to get our dumpster. You see we got a little bit of garbage in the back, and they got this stuff, so our dumpster should be coming Monday or Tuesday. You can see some of the hair salon equipment back there, some of the sinks and some of the mirrors and stuff. So when this is all done, hopefully within this month, hopefully it'll be open in May before Memorial Day.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real. That's how you do it. Omar Good in the building.
Yes, yeah. So in here, once we're done, we're going to get this whole hallway painted, get the drop ceiling fixed in certain areas. There'll be new carpet put in the entire area after the painting is done. So the second floor apartment that's already finished right there. They're getting a new door. And oh, they left the door open. What's wrong? It was a lot different, don't it, y'all?
Yeah.
Here
They took the,
is the third floor apartment.
Nice.
2 bedrooms, baseboard heat everywhere. So you gotta worry about the furnace. Yep. Got the sink over there.
Nice recessed lighting.
Nice recessed lighting. This project, I believe we started, I want to say, tops and just walking through, getting a plan together around the beginning of December. Right before, or probably right before December. Construction probably started on it second week December. Yeah, took a lot up here. There was no plumbing, no electrical, so everything had to be teared down to the studs, had to be cleaned out. There was a lot of junk up here when it was first purchased. Cleared out, get a game plan on. We reframed the structure a bit, you know what I mean? Put a different layout to it, so it's an open layout. And then, yeah, running plumbing all the way up from the basement, running electrical up and getting it started.
So when's your
It was
deadline?
tough.
When's your deadline?
Our deadline is actually the end of April. We want to have it done before the 25th is a Monday, April 25th.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it looks like we'll be there. We'll be there before the deadline, definitely. Definitely we'll be there before the deadline. We got some painting to do, a couple small touch-ups, a couple transition strips with the floors, and yeah, we're basically there. Get the appliances in right where my son is standing. Then we'll have electrical range there, and then we'll have the French doors, kitchen, the double door, kitchen, refrigerator. What?
then where's the stars gonna go?
Stove is gonna go right there. That's called a range. See, you got how your vocabulary up. Some people call it a range, some people call it a stove. You know? We're thinking about a little bit more cabinets because we liked it the way that this cabinet worked out in this area, but it just all depends on who the tenant will be and what we want to do there. How much we
100%.
want to be renting it out for. So, with the location and being close to downtown, you can get anywhere in the city from here in like 5 minutes. All the bridges is here, east side, west side,
Gotta love the west
downtown.
side, man.
You got a park across the street. You got a library right down the street. I think we're going to settle on about 1,100 for her.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's dope, man.
1,100, so.
Yeah, we
Fresh,
appreciate,
brand new construction. So yeah,
we appreciate you, bro. Good work,
No doubt.
man. This is a blessing, man, in
Appreciate you
itself.
all.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We out of here.
We out of here. Say peace. Peace. Come on,
All right.
let's
The
go.
good, yes.
Peace.
To the Omar Good family.
Yeah, this is part of the good
This is
family.
the generational wealth right here. That's dope, man.
For sure.
All right. Appreciate y'all, man. 100.